Yo, 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 what's happening, people? Excuse me. Woo. Didn't mean to cough in your ear like that. Little chesty thing. But here we are. 2 minutes past 8 p.m. right now. On the 6th of March, 2024 right now. It is movie night right now. Let's watch Rocky 2 right now. I got it on DVD right now, but if you got it on any other format, whether you got it on DVD, Blu-ray, whether you got it on one of the streaming platforms, get it ready on Zero. But if you don't got it and you don't want to get it, it's all good. You can still come along and have some fun. But for now, let me switch over to this screen and just touch y'all for a little bit. Because it is the 26th of March, 2024. And when I tell you that the other day, you can't even see it. Oh, there you go. I made probably the best peanut butter in the world the other day. Well, I don't know if it's the best peanut butter in the world. It was pretty damn good though. But I made peanut butter. Yo, what up, Braxton? Just saying that I made peanut butter. I made my own peanut butter the other day. Well, technically it's not my own peanut butter because of the ingredients that I used. You know, there were other people's like recipes and stuff, but I made it myself is what I'm trying to say, and it came out so good. It came out so good. Like the peanut butter I made was so good. Like it really was. Piece of pound cake. Well, not quite. It's a sandwich. It's a mostly eaten sandwich with the peanut butter that I made a couple of days ago. Man, I'm telling you, this peanut butter is so good. I looked up on YouTube how to make peanut butter. And it's not really a hard process. But the thing is, you're supposed to use plain peanuts, right? And I was like, you know what? I wonder if I can use flavored peanuts, because you can buy peanuts that already they've been, you know, flavored with, whether it's salt, whether it's with spicy, honey, all different kinds of flavored peanuts. And I bought the spicy flavored peanuts. Actually, I bought a few different ones actually. But I bought the spicy flavored peanuts, spicy peanuts, and I used them to make peanut butter, and it just came out so good. The issue though is that it's not a sustainable way to keep doing it, because those peanut packets, though, when you buy like the flavored peanut packets, they're quite expensive and you don't get much peanut butter out of it. Like you buy a pack and the pack's like 225 grams. The pack of peanuts about this big, and when the peanut butter's all made, you only get about this much in a jar, about maybe about there. It's like a quarter of the jar, maybe less than a quarter of the jar it makes in terms of peanut butter. So it's not a sustainable way of making peanut butter because it's expensive and you don't get much out of it. So I need to figure out how to make more peanut butter, get it to taste just as good, but not cost as much to make. Because it was so good, man. I'm telling you, man. It's finished now. All the peanut butter is finished now. But mate, it was so good. If you ever heard of or seen pound cake, look up. I know what a pound cake is. I know what a pound cake is. Dude, I made a pound cake. I made the 7-Up pound cake. You know, 7-Up cake that you were talking about, the Louisiana 7-Up lemon pound cake. Yeah, I made that, man. I made that. It's on my channel. I don't know if you saw the video. Maybe you didn't see the video, but I made a pound cake. A 7-Up lemon pound, 7-Up lemonade, 7-Up lemon pound cake, or 7-Up cake, or bun cake. Pound cake, bun cake, you know. But yeah, I know what pound cake is. That peanut butter's so good. Peanut butter and what's the I stand for? I don't know what I. Peanut butter and I. How to make. By the way, I'm not talking about making peanut butter sandwiches. I mean, yeah, peanut butter sandwiches, you just spread the peanut butter on a sandwich. I'm talking about making the actual peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter and jelly. Okay, PB&J. Right, gotcha. Peanut butter and jelly. Yeah, I'm talking about I made the actual peanut butter. Like, I don't just buy peanut butter from a shop and spread it. I made the peanut butter myself. Like, I got the peanuts and I turned the peanuts into peanut butter. Is what I meant. But that's not hard to do either. I mean, it takes a little bit longer than just spreading peanut butter from a jar. But yeah, no, I made the actual peanut butter. I haven't tried peanut butter but here's the thing. So you say peanut butter and jelly. What you call jelly, we call jam, right? So for those anybody listening in, because what we call jelly is something completely different. But I have tried peanut butter and jam, as we'd say, and I've tried. I mean, it's been a long time. To be honest, I didn't like it when I tried it, but then again, this was at a time when I didn't like peanut butter, and for some reason, in the recent times, I really like peanut butter right now. I don't know why. Actually, well, maybe I do know why a little bit, but I've come to like peanut butter in very, very recent times. But I have not tried a peanut butter and jam jelly or peanut butter and jam sandwich for many, many years. So yeah, maybe I have to try it again, see if I like it now. Look up George Washington Carver's recipe. What's special about that? What's his recipe about? George Washington, wasn't he a president or something? Carver. Oh, American agricultural scientist and inventor. Okay. Peanut butter recipe. Alright. George Washington Carver's favorite peanut butter recipes. Mix thoroughly 1 teaspoon of peanut butter and 2 tablespoons of brown flour with a tablespoon of cream and gradually 2 cups of hot milk. Okay, I don't know what you. That's okay. That's recipes with peanut butter. Yo, what up, Sam? Sam being the place to be. Yeah, this guy's making recipes with peanut butter. I'm talking about making peanut butter. Like, so here's the thing, Sam. It's gone now. It's gone now. It's finished. But a couple of days ago, I made peanut butter. Like, I made the actual peanut butter, right? I think Braxton thinks I mean something else, but I made peanut butter, as in I got peanuts and I turned those peanuts into peanut butter, right? And it was so good, man. Like the way I did it, because like I used the KP spicy peanuts to do it. And it came out so good, man. It was so good. Like I've just been yamming that thing all day. Like it's so good. Only thing is that it doesn't make a lot of peanut butter. That's the only issue. It doesn't make a lot of peanut butter. Like because the packets are like 225 grams, right? And they're for like £3 a packet because like they're the special spicy flavored peanuts, KP brand peanuts, so they're quite expensive to buy. And when you turn it into peanut butter, when you go through the process of turning those peanuts into peanut butter, it's only about a quarter, like maybe less than a quarter of the jar that would fill. So it's not a sustainable way of making peanut butter. It comes out so good. Like I'm telling you, like it was so good. It was so good. Like if you like spice, if you like peanut butter, oof. It was so good, man. It was so good. But yeah, I just need to figure out how to make more peanut butter that tastes just as good and doesn't cost as much to make. That's what I need to figure out because, mate, oof. It was a joke I made up, but how knows it? Maybe a recipe out there. And was a black inventor, businessman, and educator. Some perfected peanut butter. Yeah, there's a recipe that came up. The top result is a recipe using peanut butter, not necessarily how to make peanut butter, but it's a recipe that uses peanut butter. That's a top result. I don't know, maybe if I scroll down more than one roll, I might see an actual peanut butter recipe there, but it's Google, so. A long time ago, 2 centuries back, for the reason that they in my early teens. Wow, more for me then. Well, I guess that's a long time ago, so it don't even matter right now. But man, that's peanut butter's been on my mind, man. I'm telling you, it was so good. Like, so before we start this movie, right quick, let me show you. Let me show you. Alright, here we go. Not a fan of peanut butter unless it's in Reese's Cups. Oh, Reese's Cups are good though still. Reese's Cups for a long time was actually the only peanut butter to eat. Like, for ages, like, I did not like peanut butter, but I liked Reese's peanut butter. I don't know why. Like, I didn't like peanut butter at all, but I liked Reese's peanut butter. And just in recent, like, I feel like it's only been I think the last maybe few months, I want to say. I know it's very recent. It's very recent where I started to like just peanut butter in general. If you like peanuts and you want to try making some peanut butter, these are the peanuts that I bought. So KP peanut spicy chili flavor. They're like, yeah, they're about £3. I think in my local shop they're about £3 something, or other. I think they were more than £3. So Sainsbury's got them for free. But yeah, that's the only issue. They just don't produce a lot of peanut butter when you turn it into peanut butter. That's the issue. They're nice peanuts. Even just to eat them as they are, they're nice peanuts. But when you turn them into peanut butter, it just doesn't produce a lot. But it's so good, man. I'm telling you, it is so good. So yeah, that's my next quest. Figure out how to make peanut butter taste just that good, but don't cost as much to make, and produces more peanut butter. Also need to adjust the oil, because I know with the one that I made, I probably put a little bit too much oil in there, just a little bit too much oil. So I need to adjust that down a little bit, because I want it smooth, you know, smooth and soft, but I don't want it like runny too much. It did come a little bit too runny, but man, that taste was just on fire. I think he's the one who combined lemon and grape Kool-Aid together. Okay. Peanut butter, raisins, and celery. Yeah, I'm gonna take your word for it on that one, dude. You know what? I could eat raisins and I could eat celery, but I generally wouldn't choose to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've eaten celery plenty of times. Like, if you know, celery and hummus, actually. If you get celery and like a spicy hummus, or just like a really nice hummus, that's not too bad. I could yam down celery on hummus like all day, you know, because that point you're not even tasting the celery. But if you ever try eating celery just on its own, it's hard, man. Like, it could be done, but it's hard to try to eat that thing on its own. And raisins, like, yeah, put it in a cake. I'll just eat it and not even think about it. But again, it's not something I would choose. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't choose it. Like, if you put it in front of me, especially if it's like in a cookie or something like that, I'd eat it. And, you know, I might still enjoy it a little bit as well, but I wouldn't, on my own initiative, choose freely to eat raisins, and very rarely would I choose to eat celery like that. But you know, I'll do it. Peanut butter and celery. I might try that. That could be good. Peanut butter and celery might be good actually. I might try that. I'll be watching a movie tonight. I'm ill again, you know, for fun. Can't focus. Be well. Be well. It's so good. Hopefully you can still get some enjoyment out of this live stream. But then again, you know, I pretty much chat nonsense for like a couple of hours. So I don't know. I can't promise it, but hopefully you get something out of this stream nonetheless. So becoming a healthy snack in the US. And yeah. But yeah, speaking of that, actually, I said this the other day, but I'm not sure you was in the chat when I said this, Brax. So I'm gonna say it again. But yeah, because I took my mum to a religious lecture last week or the week before. It was recent times anyway. But the thing is, like, I wasn't planning on staying, right? I wasn't planning on staying. I was just going to like take her there, you know, and then bounce. But it got there. It turns out they were giving out free food, right? And that food was so good, man. It was so good. I'm telling you, it was so good. Like it was jollof rice with there was a piece of chicken in there, like a chicken wing. And I'm not sure if it was mutton or lamb, you know, because I ain't gonna lie, they kind of just look the same to me once it's all cooked. I'm sure there's a difference in taste if you know do it side by side or whatever, but whatever it was nice. It was soft, it was tender, it was just nice, and it just went well with everything, and I got it for free, so yeah. Very pleased with that. Can't even drink coffee. Oof. That's tough. That's tough. Alright, I'm gonna get this movie ready on 0. Hopefully you guys were all ready on 0 as well. I'm gonna switch over to this screen. We're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. Let me put my headphones on. Alright, sounds good. And yeah, that peanut butter raisin celery snack. All right, I might try that. Maybe without the raisins though. All right, we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, play. So in 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, positive thoughts, and hoping for good outcomes. You know, hoping for good outcomes. That's a bit loud in my ears, actually. Let me turn it down a bit. Man, rest in peace to Carl Weathers, the legendary actor you see on your, well, actually you don't see him on your, actually no, you do see him on your screen on the right. I'm kind of covering him a little bit though. Awesome. Hope and peace indeed. All right. Sorry, with ranch or cigarettes is dope for me too. Ranch, you know, I do like ranch actually. I haven't had ranch for a long time, but I do like ranch dressing. I remember watching these Rocky movies like when I was young and just thinking like the way they make the punches feels so hard. Like every punch, every blow just feels hard. That's why I couldn't be a boxer, man. Like, just imagine your whole job is taking punches. I mean, sure, you give out punches as well, but you gotta take a lot of punches to the face when you're a boxer. That's madness. Like, imagine doing that for a living. And sure, they get paid a lot of money. You know what though? The thing about coffee, you know, saying how you couldn't drink coffee. Something interesting I found about coffee a little while ago is that for the most part, coffee doesn't make you sick, right? I mean, unless you've got like a caffeine sensitivity or something like that. But for the most part, generally speaking, coffee doesn't make you sick. However, if you are sick, coffee could often make it worse. You know, like, so yeah, although it might not make you sick, if you are sick, it can make it worse. So yeah, it's usually best to avoid coffee when you have any kind of sickness or illness. You're saying it's going to cancel. To go for. Let's go into for now. It's active. Can't imagine going through it, so I don't want to talk about that tonight. For sure. Yeah, we don't gotta talk about nothing you don't want to talk about. It's all good. Just keep hoping for a good outcome. Yeah, conflict on ranch. Some of my favorite pizzas: Italian sausage and mushrooms, shrimp, chicken, and spinach, and buffalo chicken pizza with blue cheese, ranch damp. Okay. Talia Shire. Bert Young. Well, you know what? I do feel like I'm getting good at like cooking and making stuff though. Like, I don't want to say like I can cook. Like, I feel like that's a bit of a stretch, to be honest with you. But I do feel like I've gotten a bit better at it. I have a little bit more confidence in terms of how to do stuff. Like, I still look up how to do stuff, and of course I still look up, you know, if I want to make something, I find out how to make it. But I feel like I've gotten a bit better in terms of knowing what I can substitute for what, if I don't have a particular ingredient, or if I want to try it for a particular flavor, I can do this. I feel like I've gotten a bit better at that. You know, so yeah, man. Man might just turn into a master chef yet, you know. I'm just drinking water at the moment. I had a very full of coffee. Is not happening. Oof. It's actually a good idea to go without coffee for a while every now and then, just to kind of like let it flush out your system, and that way when you drink it again, you get that like caffeine hit. Because you know when you get used to caffeine, the hit doesn't feel so strong. But when you let the caffeine just come out your system, when you just like go without coffee for a while, then you have yourself a coffee and it's like, yeah, it just hits. And I haven't. I haven't had buffalo chicken pizza in some years. I think CC's Pizza might still have that. I had a plain jacket potato tonight with butter. I'd have it mashed up so I can swallow it off. They must be really feeling it if you had to have it all mashed up. I mean, don't get me wrong, mashed up potatoes still good, but oosh. One biscuit. Oof. Sorry, Sam. Sorry, Sam. Hopefully you can manage 2 biscuits tomorrow. I like my coffee black with sugar. Yeah, a lot of times people talk about having a coffee preference. I don't know if I have a coffee preference because I try so many different types of coffees. Like, I would drink my coffee like just plain, you know. Like, I'll take, if I'm making coffee at home, more time I'm just gonna have it plain. Like, it'd be no sugar, no milk. It'd just be straight coffee, drip, you know, V60 drip, and then drink it that way. Sometimes I'll have the instant coffee. But the thing about instant coffee is that instant coffee, it has I don't really like the taste sometimes. Like, there's occasionally you can get nice taste in instant coffee, but for the most part, I feel like instant coffee just doesn't have that full coffee flavor that I like. So I tend to be adding things like vanilla syrup to instant coffee, but I have like a sugar-free vanilla syrup, right? So it's not like high calorie and all that. It's literally just like 3 tablespoons of vanilla syrup or sugar-free vanilla syrup that I add to it, stir it in. Or what I'd actually really do is I'll dissolve the crystals in the vanilla syrup and then add the hot water to make the coffee. And then I might do things like, you know, maybe add some hot milk to it or something like that. But it'll always be hot milk. If I'm going to add milk, I'd always add hot milk, because if you add cold milk, it just cools it right down, and I don't like the combination of like something that was hot then cold, and it does, no, I don't. So yeah, I like to maybe add like a little bit of water, heat the milk in a pot, and then add that on top of it, or might whisk up the milk to make it a bit more foamy. But yeah, on a regular day, like, it would just be V60 drip coffee and drink it plain. And if you got nice coffee, like if you buy good coffee, you really don't need to add anything to it. Like, if you're buying like, you know, crappy coffee or whatever, like, you know what I mean, if you just buy like, so if you buy cheap coffee, then yeah, whatever. But if you buy good coffee, like good quality, where it's been roasted properly, where they've, they pick the beans for high quality beans, you know, that kind of thing, then yeah, you really don't need to add anything to it. You could just do a V60 drip and just drink it plain, and it's just good like that. Favorite tea is green peach, strawberry, sweet tea. Yeah, same with tea as well. Like if you got a good quality tea, you really don't need to add any kind of milk or sugar or anything to it. Elliot is taking me. Also tomorrow after work. Get antibiotics. Was it like a viral infection or what? Do you know? I mean, you know what type of illness it is? Like, are we talking about like a cold? Something you ate, maybe? Oh, you did say tonsillitis. Sorry, my bad. My bad. You did say tonsillitis. I'm sorry. You did say that. It slipped my mind. I'm sorry. Best not his cappuccinos, espresso frappuccinos, etc. At the gas station. I mean, you say that, but honestly, dude, like you're calling it an espresso, which is not what it's called. So it can't be that good. Like, it can't be that good if you get the name wrong. Like, come on, it can't be that good. It can't be that good. Like if something's good, you make sure you put some respect on its name. It can't be that good. By the way, when you say at the gas station, are you talking about from a machine, or do they have like an actual sort of coffee bar at the gas station? It's espressos on the side, on this side up on there. It's not espresso anywhere. So here's the thing, right? Real quick. Here's a quick coffee thing. It's called an espresso. It's Italian. The name's Italian, and it means to be pressed. So the reason why it gets the name is because it's pressed. It's a high pressure. It's water with high pressure being pushed through coffee. So espresso means to be pressed, and that's where the name comes from. Espresso. So it's Italian for pressed. It's not espresso anywhere. Like that word. Doesn't exist for coffee, dude. I'm sorry. If they're calling it that, they're calling it wrong. It's an espresso because it's pressed. It's a high pressure water pressed through coffee to make a short drink with a high caffeine content. Yo, what up, Al? Alan E in the place to be. My body was so hard. It felt like I was on fire, and today it went right down to 34. It's normal now, though, so that's good. Well, hot cut. Well, Gadge is normal now because that's something. It's from machines. Okay. Yeah, coffee from a machine. I mean, like, it depends on the type of machine or which machine you're using. Because I do find that you can get good coffee from machines, but the problem that I find, even with like the good machines, is that you don't really get any personality because it's all kind of pre-programmed, right? So you can get like a latte or whatever, and it would be just that, a latte, or cafe latte to give it its proper name. But it just won't have any real kind of personality with it. Like the difference between going to, say, a cafe or going to a machine is that if you go to a cafe, like an artisan cafe, where it's done by hand, where you pour an espresso shot and then you pour the milk by hand, like you just get a much better flavor profile of the coffee. Like they're not adding too much milk to it. You know, they're often using a better quality of bean and specialist roasters. Specialist roasters. I use a very high-tech machine to make my hot chocolates called a kettle. Dude, you know what? I'll need to show you how to make hot chocolates, I reckon. Because if you're making because I'm guessing the hot chocolates you make are like those little crappy sachets you get from like the supermarket, where you just pour some hot water over it. But do you actually use milk or use hot water? If you said kettles, I'm guessing you don't even use milk, using hot water. So this is actually sounding like you just make crappy hot chocolate. I ain't gonna lie to you. It sounds like you just make crappy hot chocolate, because if you're using those sachets from the supermarket and then you're using water, not even milk, like, come on, dude, at least use milk. Yeah. At least use milk in your hot chocolate. Like, come on, at least use milk. But you know, one of these days, hopefully in the next maybe week or two, I'll put a video up. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a great hot, because I have an idea for a hot chocolate. Because I've been practicing hot chocolates as well, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I'm good at it. I ain't even trying to brag right now, but I'm good at it. I am good at it. So yeah, hopefully in about a week or two, I have a video up that shows you how to make hot chocolate. But dude, Alan, seriously, at least use milk. Use milk. Come on, man. Use warm milk. Put in a pot. You don't put milk in a kettle, by the way. Put it in a pot and warm it up. Don't boil the milk, right? But you want to heat it up till it's almost boils, and then pour that into your hot chocolate mix. But for real though, like, the best way to do hot chocolate is not to use those sachets. If you could get like dark chocolate, like 70% dark chocolate, use that. Have you recovered? Yeah, Alan got bro, Alan. Yeah. Alan's making waves, yeah. Alan's making waves. You should be celebrating, Alan. Listen, when somebody's pot starts dropping your name in diss tracks, that means you've pissed off somebody. And if you've pissed off somebody, you're doing something right. I'm just saying. Might have been a crackhead. Allegedly. But still, man, come on. Alan's making waves out here, yeah? Big man ting, innit? Big man ting. Yeah, Rocky's just spending money. Be right back, alright. Peppermint hot chocolate is my top favorite. Peppermint hot chocolate. Do you at least use milk in your hot chocolate, Braxton, though? Do you at least use milk in your hot chocolate? So that's the thing. You gotta use milk. You gotta use milk. If you're using water, it's... Like, if you can use whole milk, Al, if you can use whole milk, that's better. But even semi-skim milk is a better choice. But I'm telling you, next time you make a hot chocolate, pour out about 200 milliliters of milk in a pot. Heat it up. Remember, don't boil the milk, but heat it up. And when it looks like it's maybe nearly boiling, turn off the heat, pour that into your mixture and try it that way. I'm telling you, you do that, you do that, you would not want to go back to just water. I've always been using water from the oh my days, dude. It's bad enough using water, use it from the tap as well. Oh my days, you guys, man. You guys, man, come on. It's bad enough using water on your hot chocolate. You're using it from the tap, you know. Can you at least use filtered water or something, like, you know what I mean? Like, bruh. From the tap? Dude. But yeah, next time you make a hot chocolate, Brax as well. Listen, you guys, next time you make a hot chocolate, like, firstly, the best way to do it is to use real chocolate. But if you're not going to do that, if you're going to use those sachets that you get from the supermarket, fine. But use milk. Use milk. Whole milk if you can get it, or semi-skim milk is good too, but use milk. About 200 milliliters of milk, heat it up, pour that into your chocolate mix, try that instead, and you will not want to go back to it. But dude, tap water, come on now. Come on now, what are you doing to yourself? Mm. Yeah. Right, need to buy a Brita filter. And at least get my own place first. And this fall and winter, I'll use milk for the very first time. You can get Brita filters now. They're not that big. Like, you don't need to get a massive thing. Like, you can get like, I mean, you can get filters that are about this big. They just go on your table, on your kitchen bench or something. You know, you fill it up and just let it filter, or put it in the fridge so it stays cool or stays chilled. But yeah, you don't need a whole place for a Brita filter. You can literally get like, I mean, I don't know how much they cost because I ain't bought one for. I haven't had to buy one, but you can get them. They're not big. You know what I mean? You can just have it in the kitchen and use the filter water. Yeah, this fall and winter I'll use milk for the very first time. Why this fall or winter though? Why not now? Why not next week? What's happening this fall or winter? Yeah, I mean, you could get them for about 20 quid. Well, 15, 20 quid. I mean, I guess in dollars, it's about $20, $25. But yeah, it's just literally something like that. Something like that. I think today has been the warmest in a long time. Really? I mean, it rains today, but... oh. Well. Sunshine here in Pittsburgh. You got the sunshine, we got the rain. But then again, maybe that means we might get some sun tomorrow. Maybe. Rocky can't read too well. But there it was raining, and I saw some guy washing his car. Really? Mate, I've seen that. Dude wash his car in the rain. Really just needs to get out of the house. I was like, what are you doing, mate? Yeah, I gotta do that for myself, particularly because this place was crib ain't mine, obviously. Hot chocolate in the year just fits for the seasonal holidays. Yeah, no, I get that. But it's always a good time for hot chocolate. The one I made the other day was so good, man. And I made it from scraps. I'm telling you, man, I'm good at this. I'm good at this. Oh, man. Rocky's trying. Rocky's trying, man. Rocky's trying. Man, this guy went from having the biggest fight ever to working in meat. But hey, man, you got to do what you got to do, and ain't no shame in it. All in meat. He's knocking over trash cans. So where does Rocky 2 rank in your favorite Rocky movies? Gonna stir up that batter and do some pancakes. Sometimes I put cinnamon in them. Yeah, do like some pancakes. How do you do your pancakes? Man. Rocky's trying, man. Rocky's trying. Yeah, last time I made pancakes. I used vanilla syrup. I use vanilla syrup in so many different things, by the way. I use vanilla syrup instead of sugar, and it came out really nice. But they're just a little bit flat. Ego and all that. So far, just water in the batter, not too much water. Then stir it. I haven't learned to make homemade pancake or waffle batter yet. Pancake batter is not hard to make. I can tell you how to do it. So you're gonna need an egg, and plain flour. Oh, I've forgotten some of the ingredients right now, but yeah, it's not hard to make. You don't need a lot of things. It's like an egg, plain flour. What else? A little bit of sugar or vanilla syrup as I did it. I'm gonna mix that up. Oh, I'm forgetting something though. I think I'm forgetting something, but yeah, it's not hard to make. Like, it's not hard to make at all. Like, you could, it's literally like maybe 3 ingredients or something like that. It's not many. You mix it up, put it in the pan, grease up the pan though. Make sure you grease up the pan good, and flip it over when it's before it gets burnt. I'm back. Some dude I used to know just messaged me wanting advice. Oof. Somebody that you used to know. What was the advice, if you don't mind saying? But that's kind of mad though. Somebody that you used to know. So I'm guessing it's somebody that you haven't spoken to for a long time. And then just message you saying, hey, can I get some advice? And it's kind of like, well, it might even be asking for anything like bad or whatever, but it's just the fact that you haven't spoken to them for so long, and it's like, now they want to talk to you. No, them ones. That's an interesting test. When do you see the finger coming? Because if you've seen it too late, then it's like your reaction time is going to be off. Pokemon. You want to know how I handle narcissistic child? His words are see. Oosh. Well, I hope he told him 2 words. One of them beginning with an F. And ending with an F as well, I guess. First word begins with an F, last word ends with an F. Rocky, he's trying his hardest, but very can't fight, can't work, can't get no office job. he's also autistic. I was like, well, you're asking me, you have first-hand experience. He said he wanted to know from a parent's point of view. Let it go. Let it go. Oh, that's my phone dropping. Whatever gets him in the ring. In my experience with this guy, he has probably done something he shouldn't have. Oh, he's one of them guys. He's reporting to the police. If they say why report him to the police, just say, you know what, each is one of those guys. They're like, all right, cool. Let's go talk to him. Rocky. What are you gonna do, Rocky? Can't work, can't fight. Oh, he's got words now. Everybody's a tough guy. Everybody's a tough guy. Can't fight, can't work. Doesn't want to go back to mobster collecting. I stopped talking to him because when I met him, he got shitty with me. Moved to Kent, he snagged me off to people we both knew. I was done with him. Yeah, this guy definitely needs to be told those 2 words. So it's been a long time then, because I mean, I think you said when you met Elliot, it was like 10 years ago, right? Well, it was a long time. It's a long time. So you haven't spoken to this guy for like what, a decade or more, and he just shows up out of the blue like, "Oh, can I get some advice?" Didn't he? No apologies or nothing, or no, "Hey, how you doing?" Or was it one of those like, "Hey Sam, hope you're good. Quick one, just a quick one." Nah, I got 2 words for you. 12 years. So yeah, it's been a long time. 12 years. You haven't spoken to this guy for 12 years or more, and he turns up asking, "Nah, this guy's a weirdo." Especially after doing what he did 12 years ago. Nah, this guy's a weirdo. And not the good kind of weirdo. Type of weirdo you avoid. Call me out, boy. Lousy bum. That guy, his real name was like Meredith. I've forgotten his name. Something Meredith? Or Meredith something. But yeah, he played the Penguin in the 60s Batman movie and TV show. The FBA about 2 years ago. But never had a conversation. He would comment on stuff, but never really responded. I haven't had a conversation in a long time. Yeah. Sounding more and more like you should just ignore this guy. Or tell him to piss off on me, but either way. But yeah, like, some people are just nothing but stress. And drama. And he's sounding more and more like one of those guys. like they're looking to start something. It's probably not like it may not be clear what they're looking to start now, but they're looking to start something. Looking to start some kind of nonsense. Rocky. It's gonna have to do it. It's gonna have to do it. He is absolutely. Yeah, bun that, man. Bun that. I can either tell him to leave you alone or just like just don't bother response, leave him on red. Apollo's mad. Speed is what we need. He's the kind of person that never takes responsibility for anything. Even Sophie knows when she is messed up because she is super nice after. It's no fake either. But way of saying sorry. Yeah, that's one of the worst kind of people. Okay, maybe I'm using a little bit of exaggeration, whatever, but certainly amongst the worst type of people, in my opinion, are people who just cannot take responsibility for their screw ups. Because at the end of the day, we all screw up, we all get things wrong, we all make mistakes, and sometimes we just don't know stuff. But it's like when you just cannot take responsibility, it's so frustrating. And especially when it's like because it lets you know that, one, they either did it deliberately where it wasn't a mistake, you know, they wanted to do that thing, right? Either that, or they just don't care. You know what I mean? They either did it deliberately or they just don't care. Either way, it's like, that's not a good person. Either way, that's like when people be doing things and just cannot take responsibility. Nah. Don't need that kind of negativity around you. I have met my calorie goal for today. I have burned 2,500 calories. But yeah, I've met a few people in my day who are just, well, maybe not just like that, but certainly similar to that in the sense that everything is always somebody else's fault. You know, it's always somebody else's fault. It's never, they can never take any amount of what's the word, accountability for the things they do. It's always somebody else's fault. And no matter what, they always find some way of either blaming you or blaming somebody. And yeah, people like that, they're just too frustrating to be around. They're just too frustrating to be around. They're just nothing but stress and drama. It's like, you know what? I need to remove myself from this situation because it is not good for me. When we was friends, if you had a problem, you had no choice but be there for him. The minute you needed a friend, nothing. Takes and never gives. Takes and never gives, yeah. Yo, Al's back. I hope you were making a hot chocolate with milk while you were away, Alan. Please tell me that while you were away, you made a hot chocolate and you used real milk this time. He's Mr. Dark Jet telling me he cut himself, how deep it was, etc. Without being his friend, took its toll on me mentally. Yeah, you know, I mean, I know people go through all kinds of like depression and things, and there are people out there who generally just need someone to talk to and be around, but there's a point where if you're telling somebody you're gonna, you know, cut yourself, you're gonna do this to yourself, and I don't know, man, it's that kind of thing feels like there's a sense of manipulation in there. There's at least an element of manipulation or attempted manipulation, because oftentimes people who actually go ahead with those things don't tell people. You know what I mean? They don't tell people they're going to do it. They tend to just do it. In fact, most times you won't even know there's something wrong because they'll be acting like everything is perfect and great and they're fine and all of that. Right? But then you get people who be like, I'm going to do this. I'm gonna do this. I don't know. Just there's he would self-harm and brag. He is okay. That's just yeah. That guy's ain't no textbook for this guy. I was having a shower. Well, while you were having a shower. While you were having a shower, I hope you got somebody to make you a hot chocolate and use real milk. I don't know if you saw this, Sam, by the way, but Alan was saying earlier that he makes his hot chocolates with water. Everything's going downhill for Rocky. So I was saying, yeah, dude, listen. First of all, if you're going to make hot chocolate, you need to be using real chocolate. That's number one. But if you're going to use the sachets from the supermarket, fine. But you gotta use real milk. I'm telling you, dude, you gotta use real milk. Warm up the milk, pour it in. You gotta use real milk. Preferably whole milk, but semi-skim milk would do too. Don't use like fully skimmed milk. It's too light. It's too light. But semi-skimmed or full milk. You gotta use real milk. He did. He was sending the photo. I thought at the time he just needed help, but I came to realize he didn't want help, so we fell out. I wasn't upset. So he's just doing it for attention by the sounds of it. Well, maybe not just attention, but it sounds like that's a big part of it at least. Hospital rules. Adrian got sick. Water is fine. The trick is to use decent chocolate, but you put milk in to cover the chocolate, then add water, finish off with marshmallows. I like the marshmallows. I like the idea of marshmallows. That's a good one. That's a nice touch. Or if you get like whipped cream, you can put it on top as well. Put some whipped cream on it, or you can put whipped cream then marshmallows. Or put the marshmallows in the whipped cream. Then stick a straw in it. But yeah, definitely got to use like real chocolate. Like, I mean, the thing about the set packets from the supermarket, they're not that they're rubbish or anything. Like, they taste fine. But you're not getting real chocolate because it's heavily processed. So you want to do is look for dark chocolate. Like if you can get 100% dark, I mean 100% dark chocolate, I think it's quite expensive actually. I think 100% dark chocolate is quite expensive. But if you can get actually not too bad. You can get 100% dark chocolate for about £8. It's not too bad. So you're not going to use, I mean, that's a whole, but you're not going to use a whole thing, by the way. You're just going to use like one stick or whatever at a time. So it's definitely a treat. It's not something to have every day because you'll run your bill up. But as a treat, like once in a while, yeah, you can use 100% dark chocolate. But you definitely want good chocolate, though. That's the thing. That's really what it comes down to. You want good quality chocolate. Melt the chocolate. And then add the milk. Or I guess if you can't have milk, then water. Kind of milk because it doesn't agree with me. So add a little at the bottom, then add the water. Okay, fair. Okay, so as long as you don't have any negative reactions to dairy or milk or anything, and use milk. But if I guess if you are having bad reactions to it, then yeah, maybe don't. That's fair. Don't wanna make yourself ill by trying to treat yourself. Hotel Chocolat. Dark chocolate spread. Excellent. 100% cacao. Dark chocolate. I already play Russian roulette every time. I had too much cheese. Oh man, cheese is so good though, isn't it? I started buying block cheese and then grating it rather than, because I used to buy the sliced cheese. Well, to be fair, I actually used to buy grated cheese like a long time ago. Then I switched to buying sliced cheese for just a long time. And in recent times, I went back to buying block cheese and just grating it for a few reasons. One, it's a bit cheaper, so you save money. Or you just buy a block cheese and you grate it yourself. It doesn't take long to grate the cheese, so it's not a big job. But also just means you could control the amount of cheese that you put on your sandwiches, whatever you want to put it as well. So, you know, a slice of cheese is like 20 grams. I could have less if I want, or I could have more if I want, you know, whatever. I could control the amount of cheese. Plus, when you have grated cheese, you can kind of move it around how you want it as well. Whereas with sliced cheese, it's just there. But grated cheese, you can kind of move it around. If I want more cheese on one side, I can do that. You know, that sort of thing. Or it's easier to do, I should say, rather. So yeah, block cheese and then grate it yourself. That's what I've been doing. Sam, you put cheese in your hot chocolate. That don't sound good. Don't look it till you try it. Cheese goes with everything. Buy a block and different types of grated. Just in case you didn't know, I love cheese. Cheese is so good, man. And it's so versatile as well. Like, I don't know, people realize how versatile cheese is. I mean, I haven't tried cheese in hot chocolate myself, to be honest, but I wouldn't be surprised if it works there too. I would not be surprised. Win. Oh wait, this is the bit. The song that's playing right now, I know you can't hear it, but the song that's playing right now is called Victory. This is a classic song. It got used by Puff Daddy and Biggie Smalls in their song called Victory. Oh wait, is it called Victory? Is it called Flying High? I might be on something. I know the Puff Daddy one's called Flying High. I think this one might actually called. Oh, the Puff Daddy one's called Victory. I think this is actually called Flying High. I might mix up the names, but anyway, either way, it's a classic song. And try it either, but don't tell Alan. Too many cables, man. Diddy is in trouble. Yeah, I saw something about that. I don't read too much into it, but apparently he's being investigated for something. I saw something pop up on the internet feeds, and I was kind of like, it's celebrity news. I kind of ignore it, but whatever happened, he probably did it. Matter of fact, the headline should read. The headlines in the newspaper should read, "Did he do it?" Yes, he did. House being raided by FBI. What are they looking for? I don't tell them they're looking for child. You know, P. Trafficking. He probably did it. Like, he probably did it. I don't wish bad on nobody, but he probably did it. Okay, so this song's definitely called Gonna Fly. Or Flying High. So yeah, maybe that one was Victory. This is definitely Flying High. Gonna Fly. Gonna Fly. Is it Gonna Fly or Flying High? It was a sexual song, all kinds of wish. I don't wish ill on nobody, but he probably did it. It's another classic bit coming up as well. When he gets the stairs. It's looking good to him, that's for sure. Speaking about celebrities, it's like, they are weird people, aren't they? I mean, I heard about this other guy, you know, Drake Bell from Drake and Josh? Apparently there's a documentary recently that he was in where he talks about things that he was a victim of during his Nickelodeon days, right? And it's apparently all kinds of, like, you know, assault and abuse and things going on at that time as well. And it's like, okay, so that means this guy has been living with that for the past, what, 20-something years? You know, for the past 20-something years, he's just been living with that and trying to live his life and pursue a career and make music and do movies and shows and whatever. And acted like nothing happened all this time until just recently. And it's like, bro, like, I mean, it's mad, isn't it? Like, it's so mad. Like, you gotta think like that's gotta do so much damage to somebody's mental state. That's gonna do so much damage to somebody's mental state. But yeah, it's a mad world, man. When you hear about the celebrities and some of the things that happen, it's like, nah. Like, nah, man. Some of the things they do, some of the things they've gone through. Some of the things they do to, like, trying to get to the places where they want to be. Things like the propositions that get made, the deals that get agreed. Nothing they do is shocking them off for sure. For sure. But nah, celebrities are just not real people at this point to me. They're not. Rocky. Rocky go drive himself to his own fight, to his own beating. There was a time in my life, right, where I don't necessarily want to be a celebrity. I don't know if that's quite accurate, but I certainly wanted to be, yo, what up, Jakes? Been a minute. There was a certain time in my life where I was like pursuing, you know, that kind of like trying to be in the movies and, you know, things like that sort of nature. And it never really works out. I mean, clearly, that's why I'm here doing, you know, YouTube live streams. So it never worked out. But yeah, the more I hear about celebrities and what they do and what they've been through, and the more I'm like, you know what? I'm glad it didn't, because like I don't know if I'd want to be involved with that in any way, shape, or form. Like whether it's happening to you or whether it's happening to somebody you know, and now you got to deal with how do you talk about it? Do you say something? All that sort of stuff. And it's like, God forbid, definitely no one would want doing those sorts of things. Like, but then that whole celebrity and how it gets to your head, and everybody's a yes man around you. Who knows what that does to your psyche? So it's like, yeah, man. Maybe it's best that I'm not there, or at least I wasn't there when I was pursuing it, because, boy. Say Ben Jakes. How's your day going? How's your day been? All over his day, like how long has it been? Been a while. How you been? What you been up to? What's been keeping you busy? Got a promotion, nice. So does that mean that they let you turn on the computer monitors now then? What was the promotion mean like? Recently bought a Sauron electric bike. Okay. Just a super. Okay. Oh, come on, not just a supervisor. I'm sure there's more to it than. I'm sure there's more to it. I mean. Well, supervisor, I guess, really, by definition, means that you look over things, because the word visor is to do with vision, and then super, I guess, is to do with, you know, being above. So, yeah, I guess this means you look over things. Like, somebody else does the work, and you just look over it. You're like, hey, let me just look over what you did. It means you have to stand in the back and just look. Milk and donuts or coffee and donuts for you? Probably coffee and donuts. I mean, I like milk, but I generally don't drink milk plain. I mean, donuts and milk, I'm sure it's fine. I'm not even going to knock it or anything like that, but given a choice, yeah, I'll go with coffee and donuts. But donuts with anything is going to be good. I mean, if you got donuts, you're already having a good time, so I don't think you could go wrong with either one of those, really. But yeah, if you're giving me a choice, then I'll go with coffee and donuts. It involves a lot of IT stuff. You have to be computer savvy. Feels like you better be doing more work. I mean, if they're paying you more. You better be doing more. I mean, they're going to pay more money to do less work? Come on now. You know the world don't work like that, unfortunately. I take them either way, indeed. Yeah, I've been alright still, man. I've been alright. Electric motorbike is also. Wait, you bought an electric motorbike or electric bike? Because is it? I mean, do you have to pedal it, or does it actually move? Does it have its own kind of electric? Like, can it like drive by its without pedal assist? I mean, I'm trying because I'm a bit confused. I thought you meant it was like a electric bicycle, or do you mean like an actual electric bike that can just ride on the road like normal motorbikes, but it's just electric rather than engine? So pay what's that is gonna ask me how much miles. Well, have you? Or do we already know the answer? Oh, can't even drink coffee. It's pure effort at this point. As a throttle, okay. So it's a bike then. Like, you need a license to ride it then. Or I mean, do you need a license to ride it? Because I already know you haven't. Just stop asking. Like, you already know the answer. How many weeks it's been? Still ain't watched it yet. Man, it's dangerous. I'm dangerous. He's taking it to him. Right in the stomach. Oh, speaking of boxing, by the way, what do you guys think of the upcoming Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul match? Because I feel like that match is going to be a huge waste of time. Don't get me wrong. I'm interested in I'm interested in the outcome. Like I'm going to be looking up who won. You know, I'm going to be paying attention. I'm sure, but it feels like it's a huge waste of time. Like, but it's gonna be fast, man. Yeah, right. It's like dude is like nearly 60 years old. And Jake Paul ain't no amazing fighter. I know that. We all know that. And everybody knows that. But he's going up against somebody who is pushing 60. Like, come on. Like, let's say Jake Paul wins. It's like, so? You know, I could probably beat Mike Tyson at this point. Like, come on, let's keep it real. I probably can't, actually. But, the point is, like, you talk about somebody who's in their prime versus somebody who's way past their prime. You know, it's like, why are we doing this? I mean, I guess I'm sure the bag is big. I'm sure they're both getting paid a lot of money for this, but it's like, dude. Something consider so like passing on their jams and gave me tons like And then he mentioned rice, white rice with orange or buffalo chicken is hella dope because I'm Louisiana. I have dirty rice too. So the rice I was talking about earlier is called jollof rice. It's a predominantly West African style of cooking rice. I mean, of course, people cook it over here too. I mean, and other parts of the world, but yeah, kind of originated. I forget the name of which country in West Africa, but it's very much like Nigeria, Ghana. So pretty much West African countries would have their version of jollof rice. It's very popular in that region of the world. And quite frankly, if you are West African or of West African descent, you know how to cook jollof rice. Put it this way: if you ever meet somebody who tells you they're from Nigeria or Ghana, or if their parents or if they're a descendant of a West African country, if you ever meet anybody who tells you that they are either from a West African country or a descendant of somebody from a West African country, the very next question you need to ask them is, can they cook jollof rice? Can you cook jollof rice? And if the answer to that question is no, they're not West. They're not. You need to revoke their West African privileges. It's just you're not. No, it's not acceptable to be West African or a descendant of a West African and not know how to cook jollof rice. Like, I'm not saying you have to do it like well. Like, you don't have to be the best at it, but you need to know how to cook it. Like, if you ever meet somebody who's from a West African country or descendant of someone from a West African country, ask them if they can cook jollof rice. If they say yes, cool. If they say no, their West African privileges are revoked. Like, it's just not okay. It's not okay. But yeah, it's called jollof rice, and it's basically rice cooked in a stew, and in its most basic form. But of course, you could add various spices and things like that to it to give it different flavors and so on and so forth. But yeah, what they had there was just so good, man. They who I don't know who cooked it, but they cooked it nice. So yeah. It's your birthday. Well, happy birthday for Friday. No opinion. I'll be watching it. Now, I don't think I'll be watching it either, but I'll look up the results. Like, I'm not going to pay to watch that match. Like, come on. But I'll look up the results on the next day. In fact, I'm sure somebody be posting about it on Instagram or whatever, so... I'm a fan of Rocky. I used to watch boxing as a kid. That was because I watched Rocky. Yeah, boxing in Rocky is so different to boxing in real life. Boxing in real life is kind of boring compared to boxing in Rocky for sure. For one thing, like, there's no story in boxing in real life. It's just two guys punching each other for like 30 minutes. You don't get no background music in real life boxing. I know. That job off. You want some authentic Southern food to buy it from safe descendants of the snake. Birthday for a little man. Whoever's gonna buy me an Xbox Series X. Nice. So you got the PS5 already, and now you got the Xbox. About to get the Xbox Series X. Yeah, I might find why I improve with age. Well, fine wines get locked in a cellar and collect dust for like 100 years or something. And I got Steam. Oh, I got Steam Deck as well. Okay. PS5, Steam Deck, and I'm about to get an Xbox Series X. But with this promotion, you're not gonna have less time to actually play anything. So you're gonna have more money and less time now that you got this promotion. That's kind of how that works. You get a promotion, it gives you more money, but you have less time to enjoy it, and it's like flipping hell, man. Flipping hell. Life's about balance. Okay, you think can you use big bro privileges? To us, about the upcoming match. I can especially that's about that poor boy. You're right. Thank you, guys. Listen to me. Oh, they both fell to the mat. So you don't get things like this in real life boxing, like when they slow it down when they do the counting. He did it. By less than 1 second. You know, watch a movie, no way, no, I gotta listen to you. You want to see a proper boxing movie with verified gravity. You can't be the classic Raging Bull. Raging Bull, oh yeah, with Robert De Niro, yeah. Based on a true story of what's his face? Well, yeah, that guy. You know, which OG rap. I can't Big Daddy Kane. Hey, hands on the bridge rapper. Got interrupting his live performance in the UK some months back. Was about to beat his ass. Yeah, for sure. Well, I don't know about the story, but yeah, if you interrupt somebody's set, maybe don't do that. Mars is on my watch list, I swear. I believe it's on your watch list. But the thing is that anything that's on your watch list doesn't actually get watched. Like, I don't know if you know, if you add something to your Netflix watch later list, you may as well just say you're never gonna watch it. Let's keep it real. Like, anything that you add to your Netflix watch later list or your Amazon watch later list or whatever list you have, or whatever watch later list you have, whatever platform, any kind of watch later list that you add a movie to, you may as well just be saying, yeah, I'm not going to watch this. I have a mild interest in it, but not enough to actually watch it. That's what that really means. You know, like, it's like a 0.001% chance that you'd actually watch it. And if you do, it's not going to be for a long time. Like, you're going to add it to your list. And if you ever watch it, it's going to be like 5 years later or something like that. You know, 5, 6, 7 years later. It'll be like, that's what that is. But yeah, most likely it's not going to get watched. If it's in your watch later list, it's not going to get watched. It's a high chance of it never actually being watched. That's what that means. So yeah, I believe you when you say it's in your watch list. I do believe you. Just lets me know you ain't never going to watch it. Certainly not anytime soon anyway. But that was Rocky 2. Rocky versus Apollo. Rocky winning by a hair. I like that movie. It's a good movie. It's not my favorite Rocky movie, but it's a good movie nonetheless. But let me come over to this screen and just chat to y'all for a little bit before we wind down. Cool. Hey, screen accurate. Rage Bull is one of my favorites. Jake LaMotta, yeah. Or Jack LaMotta, rather. Raging Bull, I watched it with my nana when I was young. It's a favorite movie. It's YouTube, you should have known. I did it again. You know, it's not even about being Big Daddy Kane or anything. It's just like, that's not a thing you do. You don't interrupt people's sets, regardless of who they are. That's not cool. I mean, I don't even know who that was. It British Hijack? I don't think I know that rapper's name. But whether it's Big Daddy Kane or whether it's, you know, Little Daddy Kane, it doesn't matter. You don't interrupt people's sets. That's just not cool. That's not cool at all. So yeah, you should have known better. Regardless of who it was, you don't interrupt people's sets. It's not cool to do that. Around to its point. Let's put it in my watch list. So nice to be welcome back to the and missed. Okay. Don't know why. Nobody missed you. Don't nobody love you or miss you. What are you talking about? I really feel loved and missed. Like, don't know what you're feeling. Guys should really watch the menu. Oh, the menu. Oh, yeah. What was that movie about? Oh, yeah. We was talking about it the other day, wasn't it? Only menu I'd be watching is the food menu. I want seconds of everything. BK? We mentioned you last week, actually. Yeah, it was actually playing Grand Theft Auto 4 last week. So yeah, you're kind of in the last stream because the character Little Jacob was in that game. So you were on a technicality, you was in the last stream, or at least the original Little Jacob was in the last stream. But yeah, I've been playing a Grand Theft Auto 4 recently. That's a good game, man. Like I played the first time I played it like years back. I never liked it. I put it down pretty quickly. And I've been playing it again recently, and I've really been really enjoying it. It's a cool game, man. It really is. Like, and it's so detailed for 2008. Like, it's mad detailed. Yeah, April 2008 it was originally released. Movie about expensive food and death is a very different kind of movie. I liked it a lot. Don't though. I think that's actually in my I'm pretty sure that moves in one of my watch later lists actually. I think on my Amazon watch later list. Maybe eventually I'll get to it. Oh wait, no, it's not on my watch later list. Okay, my bad. Well, it is now. I've got quite a few films I've bought from Amazon actually. I've got quite a few. Some good ones in here too. Too Fast, Too Furious. I've got the Fast and the Furious. I've got 2 Fast and Furious. I've got the Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. So I've got the first 3 Fast and Furious movies in my Amazon library. Also got Scream and Scream 2. So I've got the first 2 Scream movies. I've got Candyman 2, Candyman 3. Do I have Candyman? I don't have Candyman. So I've got 2 and 3. I don't have the first one. I've got Terrifier 1 and 2. I've got all of those. And of course I've got the greatest movie ever made, Batman the movie. I've got that. But the thing that's been taking up most of my time as far as... Oh, you know, I've been watching a few different shows lately, actually. So, I've been watching a show, an anime called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm on season 2, episode 30-something of that. I'm also watching a show called Cobra Kai, which I'm sure you've heard of. It's a popular show. I'm rewatching it, actually. I've watched it before. I'm watching it again. But I also started watching another show called Lupin, or Lupin. It's a French show on Netflix. I only watched the first 3 episodes so far. It's not very long. It's like 5 episodes in the season. Is my comment not showing? The last comment I see from you says, it's a movie about expensive food and death. It's a very different kind of movie. And then it says, is my comment not showing? That nothing in between that. I don't see anything from you or anybody else in between those 2 comments. So sorry if somebody said something and it hasn't shown up, my bad. Or well, not my bad, because I don't know what caused it, but let me see here. Yeah, and I don't see any other comments. So it just says the last comment is, it's about move back, expensive taste, and then nothing in between that. Nothing until is my comment not showing. I was trying to tell you, it's on the D channel. The D channel? What's the D channel? I don't believe I know what the D channel is. Is that a streaming service or? I'll just search D channel on Google. I'm not sure what I'm looking at, to be honest with you. Talk about signals and stuff. Oh, Disney. Oh, gotcha. Ah, see, that's cool. I got Disney Plus, so it means I don't gotta pay extra for it. Oh, you know what? I added it to my Disney Watch Later list. I knew I added it to some Watch Later list, but it is in my Disney Watch Later list. There you go. So it is in one of my Watch Later lists. It's in one of my Watch Later lists already. What's in 2 now? So I just added it to Amazon. But yeah, Disney, cool. It's on my Disney watch list. I was it twice, wasn't showing stuff for day. I see. Yeah, I mean, YouTube can be weird sometimes with where it shows comments. Like, I've got it set to live chat, which means it should show everybody's comments. It should. But apparently not. Apparently not. So here's the thing. I've been learning to speak French recently in the last, I want to say about 8 weeks or 8 semaines. J'ai premier étudié français il y a 8 semaines. I'm not sure if I said that right, but I'm trying to say I started learning French 8 weeks ago, about 8 weeks ago, maybe 9 weeks now actually. And one of the things I've been doing to help learn French is watching stuff on Netflix, but using like the French language options. So I've been rewatching Cobra Kai, but I switched the language to French rather than English, right? And then Lupin's just in French anyway. And so I've been doing that as a way of helping to, just kind of get used to hearing the French language and hear, because like when you're not used to it, a lot of words can just sound very, very similar. Like a lot of words can sound very similar. So it's like, is it difficult to know what somebody's saying when you can't really pick out the words? But I figure the more I could learn about French, just learn the language, and then the more I can get used to hearing it, the better I can hopefully be at understanding it. So yeah, Netflix is low-key one of the best resources for helping to learn a new language, because like there are so many different language options with a lot of shows, especially the Netflix shows. Like there's so many different language options that you can change to. So yeah, big up Netflix for inadvertently helping people learn different languages. Lizzie must fall under offensive languages. So who? It's hard to know, man. People, it probably does. I'm sure Disney did something that people don't like, and now it's offensive. There you go. Watch the French extreme horror movies. Yeah, because what's that? Well, Martyrs is in French, right? So yeah, I might have to watch that again. Maybe once I learn more, I understand French better, I could watch that again without the subtitles. I might try and do that actually. Watch Martyrs again without the subtitles once I could understand the language better. But yeah, man, I mean, I'm very, very far from being able to say that I speak French, but I feel like I could confidently say that I know more French now than I ever did when I was doing French in school. I think I could pretty confidently say that the whole time I learned French in school, I was not paying attention, barely at all. So after years of being in school and doing French classes and not paying attention, in the last 8 weeks where I've been like, I actually want to try and learn this, I feel like I've learned more in that time than I ever did in school. And that's just down to, actually paying attention this time around. So yeah, it's been about 8 weeks, maybe 9 weeks. And I could construct a sentence. I definitely do struggle with a lot of the grammar. And a lot of the things that they have, like masculine pronouns and feminine pronouns. As in, like, we would have like he and she, but they also have, like, if you're talking about a plate, that could be I think plates are masculine, but then if you're talking about a cat is feminine. I think turtles are feminine. Then leopards and masculine. This is a whole masculine feminine thing, and yeah, that's confused me because that's not something that we do in English speaking, right? We just, if it's you have men, women, and outside, and you got men, women, boys, girls, right? Then outside of that, you just got things. Things don't have genders. Animals have genders, of course, but when you're talking about an animal in general, it's just an animal. Whereas in French, if you like the animal gender, regardless whether it's a boy or regardless of the animal's gender itself, you still use a feminine pronoun, even if it's a male animal. It's the whole thing like that. So yeah, that's confusing for me. And yeah, a lot of the grammar is confusing for me, or because I'm not because it's like, again, masculine, feminine, and the whole like la, that it's. But yeah, hopefully getting there. Hopefully yeah, just understanding it a bit better, and keep going, and maybe eventually you just get to a point where it all clicks. But it's kind of funny though, because like I was thinking that French, as some other languages, they use a lot of masculine, feminine for a lot of different things. I was kind of thinking, like, how does that fit in with, modern day sensibilities? You know what I mean? How does that fit in with modern day sensibilities, where so many things are either masculine or feminine? Like, what happens when somebody decides to question that? Because I'm sure somebody probably already has. I'm sure somebody already has. But anyway, I'm just trying to learn a language. I ain't trying to get involved in all of that. There's also weight, tensions, tension, and frontiers. Weight, tension. Was that a movie? Oh, I think I said that wrong. It's probably pronounced Horde tensions. I'm saying now. I think I pronounced that wrong. But yeah, Horde tensions. Okay. Yeah. Alexandra Aja. Okay, so yeah, audio francais subtitles. Okay, cool. So I can use that as way it helps. It's only an hour and a half as well, so that could be a good one to watch. Let me add that to my list. Add that to my list. I also want Frontiers. That one's a bit longer, but still not too long. And Game of Bank Robbers. Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. You could like watch a bunch of movies and be like, I'm studying, I'm studying. I'm not wasting my time watching movies when I should be doing other things. I'm studying right now. Un film. That's the French word for a movie. Un film. That much I do know. 8 weeks later, that's what I can say. Un film. Je regarde un film français. Je regarde le film. No, je regarde le film français. Verdi? No. Verdi? Judy. No, Judy. No, Verdi. No, yeah, Verdi. Verdi's Friday. Verdi. Verdi is, I think it's Friday. Jeudi is Thursday. So I know the days of the week. So there's Mardi, which is Monday. Mardi. No, Lunadi is Monday. Lunadi, Mardi, Mercredi, Jeudi, Verdi, Samedi, and Dimanche. I think I've got that right. I think I've got that right. Both moves are really good. You can be masculine and drink strawberry milkshakes. Oh, damn sure you can. Of course. Of course. How to do maybe 2 pancakes and some sausage in the oven. Yeah, I do like pancakes, man, but maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. It's getting late and I gotta go to bed soon. So I have to do it at a time when I've got time to make them. And, you know, don't have to wash afterwards because of the way your clothes just stink. I need a new one. Yeah. Oh. That was my first waffles, second pancakes, my third for me. Oh, you talk about food. Oh, is French toast actually French though? Or is it just called French toast? Because you know sometimes things are just called something when they're not really from there. Okay, here's the thing. Here's what it says. In fact, French toast was invented long before France even existed. The first known recorded recipe for French toast comes from Rome around 300 AD. The Roman author Apicius included it in his cookbook titled Cooking and Dining in Imperial Rome. For centuries, the French themselves called this dish Roman bread. So it was originally called Roman bread, and then eventually I guess it was called French toast, but yeah, it was not invented in France. So there we go. French toast is not French. I always believed it came out of France. Well, there you go. Just because it's called French don't mean it is French. In fact, here's something I learned recently. Croissant. The word croissant, as you know, you're talking about a pastry, right? A croissant. It actually just means crescent. So, like, for example, if you say croissant lune or a lune croissant, you mean like a crescent moon. You know, when the moon is like a C kind of shape, it's called a crescent moon. So you would say lune croissant, which means crescent moon. So yeah, the word croissant just translates as crescent. But yeah. We use it to talk about pastry. My favorite. So ready before, and then it will burn into your soul for sure. Make sure well. Don't eat anything you want to keep down. Don't eat anything you want to keep down. So you've been warned. But yeah, I should watch that again eventually. It's a long film though, so I'm gonna have to make time. Maybe this week we'll see. Actually, I might have some time this. Actually, no, maybe not this week. There's another film I want to watch this week if I get time. There's another film I want to watch, but yeah. Eventually, I want to try and watch it again. But for now, I must bid you adieu. It is getting late. It is that time to start winding down. I got to get up early, do some driving work in the morning. and all of that. All of that. So yeah, next live stream should be next week. Back to playing games. Might play some more Grand Theft Auto 4 next week as well. See how it goes. In the meantime, yeah, I might try and post a video or two. So yeah, look out for that. I may even post a video if I could. I want to try doing the peanut butter again, and if I could get the peanut butter done in a way that I think is both sustainable and, you know, tastes good as well, then yeah, I think I might try and put a video like that up. But we'll see. God willing, we'll see. It's actually a good movie, but my first watch, it's what? Yeah, indeed. Croissants with chocolate risotto. Chocolat. Speaking of chocolate, so French for hot chocolate. I know the French for hot chocolate. It's chocolat chaud. Chocolat chaud. Oh, that's another thing about French as well. There's a lot of silent letters. Like, there is a lot of silent letters. So the way a word is pronounced and how it would be spelled, like, yeah, it's confusing. I mean, we have silent letters in English as well, but I don't think we have as many as they are in French. There are so many silent letters in French, so many, where it's like two words that are spelled slightly differently could be pronounced almost exactly the same, and it's like, what? But yeah, we'll get there. Croissant avec chocolat. Croissant avec chocolat. But yeah, guys, you've been awesome as always. I appreciate you and all that you do. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for keeping it lively. I kind of messed up my end a little bit, but hey, we keep going. Well, not right now. Guys, until whenever, if ever, peace.